Hi there. Happy Friday. It is 7:30 on this December 15th. I'm Bridgett Ellison. Thanks for joining us for Breakfast with Bridgett. We're so glad you can be with us. We're so relieved it is Friday. I know I am. I had to double check that it was Friday because it was a short week for me, but it still felt like a long week for some reason because I guess I was traveling and everything. Meteorologist Michelle Morgan is in for Candace this morning, and Michelle, we have a whole lot going on and a whole lot of things that will not be going on because of this weather headed our way soon.
I know it's very rare for us to get such a system to move into our area, especially during the month of December. Usually, November and December, even January, are our driest months. So, as we go through the weekend, we're going to be picking up a lot of rain across the area. And because of that, it is a weather alert weekend, both Saturday and Sunday. So, you want to make sure you're weather aware. And, we were talking about it all morning, those strong wind gusts and the winds. It's been breezy all week. So many of us, we already have our holiday decorations out and about, especially
Right.
those inflatables, those cool little inflatables. So you want to make sure they're anchored securely or bring them inside, especially as we go through the weekend. So here's what we got going on as we take a look at the satellite and radar. Plenty of clouds over the Gulf of Mexico, not a whole lot of rain. This trough of low pressure is expected to continue to develop as it gets closer to our area, eventually becoming a Gulf low pressure system, and that is going to increase our rain chances and also our winds as we head into our Saturday and lasting into our Sunday. Winds right now already howling out of the northeast, and it's pretty windy along our coastal spots here. 23 miles per hour in Cape Canaveral, 19 miles per hour in Melbourne. Even our inland areas dealing with breezy conditions, and it is going to stay breezy as we go through today. Now, your planning forecast not looking too bad. Plenty of clouds across the area, staying breezy all day, and an isolated shower or two possible with our temperatures near average, hitting 73 degrees this afternoon. So a pretty nice forecast for today if you have any last minute Christmas shopping to do. So take a look at this. A weather alert weekend, as I just mentioned, and here's why. We're looking at heavy rain developing after lunch tomorrow. So we're looking dry to begin our Saturday morning, but then after lunch, we're looking at scattered rain, getting heavy at times, and that's going to be the setup as we go through the entire rest of your Saturday, lasting into Sunday morning. Now, a lot of models are showing, in terms of the rainfall potential, widespread rainfall between 2 to 4 inches, isolated a little bit higher between 5 to 6 inches, even higher than that. And of course, that can cause some issues, especially in low lying areas. The ground is already saturated in a few areas, so that can definitely pose an issue. And then we're looking at strong wind gusts here. We're looking at inland spots between 25 to 35 miles per hour, and then coastal zones between 35 to 45 miles per hour. And you can see here that I do have a video here. Becky from Daytona Beach
Oh,
sent this in. Isn't it beautiful? Look at her Christmas
yes.
decorations. But the reason why I'm showing this here is because of the inflatable she has up. So if you have this type of setup at your house, make sure they're anchored securely or bring them inside, because more than likely they'll end up in your neighbor's yard or probably a little bit farther than
Mm-hmm.
that. And of course, you can send your videos of your Christmas decorations and your pictures on clickorlando.com/pins. We love to
The
see it.
Weimaraners are my favorite there. Just watch,
Same.
they go down in size as you go down. They get
Look at
smaller and
them.
smaller. So cute.
I know, so cute. You got Olaf in the back, Christmas tree right there. So I love it. We love to see it and
Right.
we love to share it. So please send them in, and especially as we head into the weekend and also next week. So I do want to talk about this, the severe weather risk. The Storm Prediction Center has upped a portion of our area under a slight risk. So that includes portions of Lake County, Orange County, or really the entire county of Orange County, Brevard County under that level 2 slight risk, and then our northern counties, Marion County, portions of Volusia County, Flagler County under a level 1 marginal risk. Don't focus so much on the colors. Nonetheless, we're still under a severe weather risk where a few thunderstorms could turn strong to severe as we go through Saturday night into Sunday morning. And of course, we'll be watching all of that very carefully and giving you the latest updates. So, timing, as we take a look at future radar, Saturday morning in a few spots, we are starting off cloudy, but then light showers beginning to move in ahead of that Gulf low system. Now, after 2, 3, even 4 o'clock in the afternoon, pockets of heavy rain now developing across the area. And that will be constant as we go through your Saturday night, overnight hours, and the worst of the weather will be during the overnight hours into early Sunday morning, where we'll see the heaviest of the rainfall and also the strongest wind gusts. Now, as you go into your Sunday morning around 4 or 5 o'clock, there will be a little dry slot, but then another batch of rain is expected to move over our coastal spots around the 9, 10 o'clock hour, and then we're looking so much drier as we head into your Sunday afternoon, staying breezy. But notice our winds are now out of the south, so the humidity is going to increase just a touch as we go through your Sunday. So here's your 7 day. So we're looking at a few isolated showers, 73 tomorrow with an 80% chance for that heavy rain across the area, some thunderstorms embedded within that, and then Sunday calling for a 50% really during the morning hours with temperatures in the lower 70s, and then Sunday afternoon looking drier, and then the rest of the week just cooler, so you'll need that jacket, and it'll be breezy as we go through our Monday with those winds dying down as we head into the work week.
Well, you know what? I think that we have a whole lot of things to keep our eye on. I mean, I know we have had lots of beach issues, flooding issues in some different neighborhoods. And we talked about that rainfall being, a month's worth of rainfall just in that short time period as the system goes
Yes.
through.
Yes, we were talking about that. I just checked the latest data information, and usually for the month of December, as I mentioned before, November, December, January are our driest months. 1.09 inches is what we usually get for the month of December.
Okay.
And I'm sure we're going to exceed that as we go through the next 48, 72 hours or in that time frame. So we are expecting a lot of rain in our area.
And I guess, when you say it like that, it doesn't sound too bad because, I mean, it's not like we're saying a month's worth of rain as in like, July, like rainfall for
Correct.
July, like a month's worth of rain for like July standards would be catastrophic. But for those areas that are in delicate condition, it's still a problem.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And especially because we haven't been getting a lot of rainfall for the past couple of weeks. So that should help. With the flooding concerns. But again, those low lying areas are coastal communities already dealing with, those coastal impacts because it's been windy all week. So you have that water just being pushed up on shore, high tides, you're seeing that coastal flooding. And we have so many advisories and warnings in effect right now, which will last through our Sunday. So boating conditions definitely not the greatest.
Right.
Again, if you're planning on doing that this weekend. So.
Right. And so, what do you have planned, Michelle? What are you going to be up to?
Let's see. Well, of course, I'm here in the mornings during the weekend. My nephew, he's turning 2, so we're having a birthday
Oh.
party. His my brother-in-law, they're having a birthday party for him tomorrow, so I'm gonna catch that, and then I'll be in early Sunday morning tracking the weather. So that's about it. I finished up most of my Christmas shopping, thank goodness. So we're pretty good there, but
Hmm.
I think I'll be bringing in a lot of my decorations
Yeah.
tonight. So,
And those
I'm ready
packages
for
need to
that.
get off the porch as fast as possible, too, if you have things coming in the mail.
You know what's so funny? I don't even get to see my packages because my son is so quick. He's like, "Mom, you have a package." And
Oh,
I'm like,
boy, they are.
so quick. And he's like, "Oh, it's for you." And I'm like, "How do you know that?" Now he can read, so I can't
Hmm.
tell him it's
See,
not for me.
mine, I have to be a little more creative than that. But
Yeah. They know. Those
they
Amazon
do.
boxes, they know.
Oh, they do know. They do know. I had to load up a lot of gifts for the classroom and for the
Mm,
school yesterday. So,
yes. See, I'm gonna have to start doing that too.
yeah.
Loading up those gifts.
Yep. Yep. Well, Michelle, thank you so much. I hope everyone stays safe and they're heeding, the advisories as we move into this system getting out in and out of here over the weekend.
Yeah, definitely.
Well,
Of course, we'll keep everybody
yeah.
updated. I wanted to say I love your earrings. They're so
Oh,
festive.
thank you. My sister-in-law gave me these.
Gorgeous.
They're little bows,
Yeah,
little
they're
gift
little
wrap bows.
bows. Yeah, I
For
love
the
them.
holidays, you gotta, be
Yeah.
festive.
Yes.
All right. Well, Michelle, we'll see you a little bit later. You'll have updates on the air, and then I'll see you at noon. Well, we do want to get to some more details on what is happening on the ground. Our Mark Lehman has been in Volusia County covering how these conditions have just been going downhill as the system gets closer to our area. And he has more on the impacts out there in Volusia County as they look at not only inland flooding, but erosion risks.
Volusia County officials are closely monitoring an approaching storm system that's set to impact all areas of the county this weekend.
So take a look at your holiday decorations, take the wind chimes down, your plants.
Along the coast, strong rip currents and rough surf are a big concern, with waves reaching up to 13 feet. It comes as the beach is still vulnerable in many areas from last year's hurricanes. The county is putting its trust in the trap bag system that's been installed to protect eroded properties.
We anticipate that the trap bags, as they are installed, should hold up to this type of surf. We've had a couple of good storms since they've been installed, and they've held up well.
Inland areas will also be affected. With the storm's current path, rain could bring the St. Johns River up to a minor flood stage. The Public Works Department is gearing up for 2 inches of rain, with up to 5 inches in low-lying areas.
So water over the road type situations, that's where we're really going to see a lot of the concern.
And our Mark Lehman is still there in Volusia County, and you've been watching these conditions for a couple of days, Mark, and it's just been so windy out there too.
It is chilly out here as well.
Hey, Mark, it is super windy. It's so windy that it's messing up the mic. Maybe just guard the mic somehow.
Maybe
Okay.
if I turn this way a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's it. Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
Well.
I mean, that's what you get when you're out here. We're
Right.
looking at like 20 to 30 mile per hour winds.
Yeah, it's been a mess out there. So what are people saying? What are people telling you? What is it? What are you observing?
Well, again, we're having those strong winds here at the beach side. They're gusting around 30 miles per hour. It's supposed to get stronger as we get into Saturday, more in the 40 mile per hour range. Officials in Volusia County are urging people to take precautions as far as like putting things away around your house, things that might fly around. They already went on the beach yesterday afternoon, removed things like trash cans, other things that might fly around as the wind gusts pick up. And they're going to be keeping an eye on the beaches when it comes to erosion as well, because the beaches are still hurting after the hurricanes that we saw last year.
And many of those properties and, homes, businesses, hotels are still working to make repairs. So I would imagine this, impedes some of the progress.
Yeah, the county put in like a trap bag type system around those properties, and they say it's actually held up pretty well so far. And we've got some storms, since those bags were put into place, and they're putting their faith in those bags this time. Hoping that they'll withstand the storm system that comes through this weekend. They're pretty confident that it will, but they're still going to be keeping an eye on things, monitoring it throughout the next couple of days.
So will all those access points just be closed, or have they announced that yet?
Well, at this point, I believe the beach, driving on the beach is not open right now because it's high tide, but at this point, the access points, it looks like they're going to stay open, but they're going to be keeping an eye on things, monitoring like the ramps, watching for erosion. They say they might have to close them at some point if need be. But honestly, it's not a good idea to come to the beach this weekend because the conditions are just really rough. I mean, I'm looking out at the ocean right now. I don't want to go out there. It's going to be too windy, but I mean, it's rough. No one's in the water right now, and you don't want to go in there.
Right. And so when do you think that they will sort of lift some of those warnings and advisories, or is this, pretty much in place all through the weekend?
Pretty much all through the weekend. It's going to get worse as we get closer into Saturday and then Sunday. Probably they'll be in the clear by Monday, but they're telling people that you shouldn't be going in the water at this point. And if you do, that there's not going to be a lifeguard around to make sure that you're safe. So probably it would be a good idea to just avoid the beach this weekend.
Yeah, and sometimes when we even are covering the surf that's up because a hurricane system is coming, sometimes you see people out there playing in the water. But I mean, we even have a surfing event that was canceled that we'll have some details on coming up. So I mean, it is serious.
Oh yeah, and like sometimes we'll see surfers try to go out in the water when the storm comes through, try to catch catch whatever waves that they can. But right now, I mean, the conditions it looks like soup out there. So I mean, you'd be tossed around like in a washing machine. So I think even the most experienced surfers know to stay away from something like this.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. And so, will you be covering this the rest of the day? Will we have some more updates coming up at noon?
Yeah, I think that's the plan at this point. We're going to have to check in with our producer here in just a few minutes, but we're definitely going to have some, our reporters during the day are going to be covering this, throughout the day, and we're focusing on, the coastal areas, but inland as well, because we're expecting to get some rain, 2 inches, as much as 5 inches in some places.
Right.
And those flood-prone areas, low-lying areas are definitely a concern because we could see some flooding, although that's not probably the major concern, though, is the wind at this point, but we could see some flooding across the roads as well.
Yeah. I know we covered that neighborhood in Palm Bay earlier this week that had flooding issues because of new construction in some neighborhoods around some more established areas, and so the least little bit of rain has been causing them problems. So you have those issues too that come into play. Well, thank you, Mark.
St. John's River as well.
Right. So there's a lot to watch this weekend. Well, I know that some areas around the Sanford area as well are looking at changes too. So we're going to get to some more of those details, Mark. And thank you for the update from Volusia County. And be safe out there. We'll look for more updates from you throughout the day online as well as social media and on News 6.
All right, sounds good. Thanks.
Thank you, Mark. So, like we mentioned, those events being canceled due to the weather, the impending bad weather has cities and organizations across the area rethinking a lot of these festive holiday plans that were supposed to be happening this weekend. So, Ezzy Castro explains more about some of those things that have been announced as canceled now because of the weather.
Workers with Sanford Main Street canceling this year's Jingle Jam Street Festival here in downtown Sanford, blaming the anticipated heavy rain this weekend.
It's a shame. I mean, it's disappointing. We were looking forward to it, especially as a business.
Business owner Stephanie Richards told us she had brought in extra workers to help during the event.
We actually hired help to come in this weekend because we anticipated between 30 and 50,000 people coming into our town. It's one of our biggest events that we do every year.
Jingle Jam was first canceled in August due to financial concerns, but in November, more funding was approved to bring the event back. Other events like Light Up the Park in St. Cloud and the Palm Coast Starlight Parade were also canceled this weekend.
All right, and that was Ezzy Castro. So you can always keep track of our weather with the storm tracking app. It's free to download. Search WKMG in your app store, and that allows you to check the radar no matter where you are. All you do is enable the location, and then when you enable the location, you're able to see right down to your neighborhood or an area you're planning to go to live where, those storms are. You can see the radar. So that's always helpful. You can also sign up. You can enable it to send you alerts depending on the zone you live in. You'll get those alerts as long as you grant it permission to send you notifications. So search WKMG in your app store to get that Pinpoint Weather app. And again, that is free in your app store. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Welcome back at 7:48. We want to get to a little bit of news updates for you. There is a new twist in the case of a missing Lake County woman, Nicole Baldwin. We've been covering this story for over a month now. Her husband is now in jail. That is the update. He was arrested on child pornography charges. Investigators say that they had taken Brett Baldwin's phone as part of their investigation into Nicole's disappearance, and that's when they found child pornography on the phone. Now, his wife, Nicole Baldwin, has not been seen missing since early November. She disappeared from her home on Strathmore Circle. She left all of her things behind. If you have any information, call Lady Lake Police or Mount Dora Police and let them know if you have anything that could help with finding Nicole Baldwin. Now we have a story from Troy Campbell. This is a first in the state of Florida. The state attorney representing Lake County is seeking the death penalty in a child rape case. Now, this is 2 months after a new law went into effect, allowing that sentence in certain cases. And as Troy Campbell explains, some fear that this could lead to fewer people reporting child sex abuse.
The announcement posted on the website for Florida's 5th Judicial District State Attorney William Gladson, saying his office has filed an intent to seek death against a Lake County man following a 6-count grand jury indictment for sexual battery of a child under the age of 12. Governor Ron DeSantis posting on social media he supports the state attorney's decision, citing new legislation. The new law went into effect on October 1st. And allows for some child sex assault cases to be eligible for the death penalty. Investigators say 36-year-old Joseph Giampa was arrested last month after video evidence showed him sexually assaulting a Lake County child.
Beyond horrific, and people who commit such crimes need to be punished extremely. With that said, the ultimate punishment by the state of executing an individual
All right, that was Troy Campbell. We want to give you a great update about the Angel Tree Distribution Day, which was yesterday at the Joy Center. As you know, 5,000 children and 1,000 seniors were able to get those gifts. They're still being distributed for the seniors coming up next week, but it was just a magical day. It's one of our favorite days of coverage here at News 6 because it's just a highlight. It's such a positive news story that we get to share, showing how the community's love and support for those in need is coming to fruition, paying it forward to those people who are in need, and they're going to have a brighter Christmas, a brighter holiday. So thanks to your generous donations, the community once again got results for Salvation Army's Angel Tree program, and we were live all day yesterday at the Joy Center. Grateful parents and grandparents and children were able to pick up those gifts and give them to their loved ones. So a big thank you to everyone who donated, volunteered, organized. The Salvation Army, BFAR Contracting, and Light Orlando, just to name a few. We couldn't do it without you. God bless you. Again, we are just a few days away from Christmas. We want to hear about your lights displays. Get those to us on clickorlando.com, and we'd love to add them to our map so that people can check those out. We also want to tell you about a gift for teaching. I'm going out there today at 9 a.m. for their Grant a Wish Day. It's an annual event at a gift for teaching. If you don't know, it supports our teachers and allows them to get free supplies throughout the year for their students in need. But on Grant a Wish Day, they stock up their store with all kinds of great gifts for the holidays, and they've selected 3 students, one elementary, a middle, and a high school student, very deserving, who, you know, maybe have had a rough year. Their teachers have nominated them, and they are selected to come in and have this shopping spree. They have a set amount of minutes to fill up as many shopping carts as possible. And then, you know, many times they're there getting things for their siblings and their cousins and their friends. And they're just some of the biggest hearted, kindest kids you're going to meet. And it's just a day to celebrate them. And you just watch it go full circle because they want to do things to help other people and bless other people. So we'll be there at a gift for teaching, and that is coming up today on News 6. So look for that report coming up at noon. I'll be there. I've been emceeing that event for several years now, but it's heartwarming back to back because we have Angel Tree one day, then we do Grant a Wish Day the next day with a gift for teaching. So we love this time of year, and we hope that you'll look for those updates on News 6 at noon and clickorlando.com. You know, speaking of gifts and all those goodies, I want to remind you about those shipping dates. If you haven't been paying attention, we're running out of time here. Today is the last day to send packages through FedEx ground and priority shipping if you want them to arrive in time for Christmas. When it comes to U.S. Postal Service, the deadline's tomorrow for ground shipping. And if you're willing to pay more for priority, you have until Wednesday, December 20th. So get on it. And you know what? Make sure you get it off the porch as soon as possible, too, because like we said, that weather is headed our way this weekend. So keep an eye out for those packages, especially the cardboard boxes. You don't want soggy boxes, but We hope you have a great weekend and stay safe out there. We'll have more weather coming up right here at 8 a.m. on the streaming News 6 Plus and clickorlando.com watch live with Jonathan Kegas with current conditions and weather stories for you. And we'll see you coming up on News 6 at noon on the air. I'm Bridgett Ellison. Have a great, safe weekend. We'll see you back here Monday for Breakfast with Bridgett at 7:30 bright and early.